Dear T5 transmission, from the day I severely underpaid for you, your days were numbered. Your quiet life of hiding under an 87 Firebird was brought to a sudden end almost 2 years ago when you were sold off for some beer money. There was no escape. You were never going to leave my possession in one piece. In fact, you were never even meant to survive the summer. After 2 years of struggling, I took you down some back roads out in the middle of nowhere and finally did you in. You did a mediocre job in the time that I had you, and your lack of capability won't be missed. You will only be remembered as the first in a long line of parts I will destroy in my never-ending desire for speed. Rest in pieces, T5.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm kind of proud of myself, I'm not gonna lie. Went first, went second, kind of kicked around second a wee bit. Frickin' smacked third at it, but I think I broke a tooth or something on the trans. It's making some angry noises. It's kind of growling at us a little bit. And something flew past my face when I hit third gear. I don't know what it was.
It definitely smoked a lot. You can see that in the video. Are you gonna try and put it in third when you get by closer to home? I like how you're still babying it like you don't want to break it. It's already junk.
Oh, my leg's right there.
Yeah, you're not going that fast. It's like when you get into the driveway, just put it in third gear and see what happens. Is that third? Is the clutch out?
Yeah, the clutch is over there when I did that hard.
Nice. Nice.
That is... Well, let's go straight back to the shop. It's smoking, dude. There's smoke coming past you. So we might have learned a little bit of a lesson here. Granted, it was an expected lesson, so it's not really a lesson. Everybody's saying you can't put a T5 on, 500 horse or it'll blow up immediately. Just never do it. You can do it. We did it. Granted, we were fully expecting it to blow up at some point. Well, some point happened, as you just seen. Hit third, just like everybody says, and shit went flying everywhere. So, we don't know exactly what happened to it yet. We haven't looked at it. We haven't even looked underneath the car. We'll look right now.
I don't think it's leaking juice out of it.
Puddle. I mean, yet. Unless it already drained out all the fluid out there, but I don't think so. Granted, that transmission owes me nothing. I bought it for $250 from some kid. And I beat the living piss out of it for the last year. First on like probably a 200 horsepower engine, now a 410 horsepower engine. I mean, the engine's kind of gnarly. We were going to run 12s this year. I don't know if that's going to happen this year anymore because, predicament, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a trans shipped to us by that time. So, but we're definitely going to tear it down soon here, and stay tuned for that.
We're just getting right into tearing everything apart. Peter decided we're going to rip the whole motor and the transmission out, pretty much just to make stuff easier. And then we're going to get the transmission set up on the table over there, and we'll see what happened. The motor might just chill for a while, and we'll see what happens with that.
So we do know that I want to do a T56 swap. So I might actually order a T56 from a company, a built T56. So then we basically have no power limits, or not many power limits in our future. So we can go crazy nuts if we want to, or it's just a super reliable, we know it's not going to break a transmission at a track or anywhere else. So we're going to roll with that for now. Let her eat.
Alright guys, it's coming out again. All of that out of the thing. There's the culprit. We actually discovered when we were taking it out underneath there, we realized it was riding. The transmission was just sitting on the cross member. Almost kind of like the rubber mount wasn't really doing its job super well.
Are there any cracks?
I don't see any cracks. Cause that's kind of what I figured would happen. What happened is that rubber mount down there gave up a little bit, and then the transmission banged into something, cracked the case, and then the gears decided they went all loose. Because if you watch the video, the 1-2 shift is violent as heck. The car bounces all over the place in the back.
And then on the 2-3, something flies up by my face. I still don't know what that was. I expected there to be a hole like up here somewhere. Like it blew up.
I think it was just smoke.
That wasn't smoke. There was something attached to it. Alright, we're back tearing her down. It's the next night. Let's see what we got in here. We haven't opened this up yet. So. Inside.
No, fifth and reverse is just fine.
Ooh. Listen to that.
It just sounds like
Crunchy. Oh, it gets tight too. Oh, just like I called it. I ate teeth.
oh, yeah, that tooth is gone.
Everything else seems fine. Dude, someone was definitely in here before I got it. Yeah, I screwed up third year.
Everything else looks really nice,
this
though.
bearing is done, though. It's
Yeah.
definitely... Oh, dang. I pushed the entire freaking bearing out. The race is popped out of the case.
Yeah,
That's
look at
one.
that. Is that loose in there, too? Oh, my gosh.
Like, I bet you could pull that over the thing if you tried. If the reverse gear...
Yeah, I bet what happened, because like we said, the second gear shift was really violent.
The shift was spicy as hell. Like, the whole car just, like, lurched.
So it might have knocked the race catch out of here. And then in that, it's out. Like I was going into third by the time this thing backed itself out. And then when I hit third, gears were a little bit cross-eyed and kittywampus.
It held on in second because it was already there, and
gear.
third just the shafts were not aligned when you hit third because.
And then, because I hit third, like you would not believe it, I nailed it, and that's probably where I hit it.
Yeah, that's the one that disappeared.
Look at all the metal.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Alright.
It should come out now. Yeah. Nice. I am keeping this. Bringing out the bearing, but the rest of it.
I don't know. I don't see any reason to take the bearing off. I'm not going to reuse it. Is that all? Just this is all one piece,
That's all
ain't
one
it?
piece, yeah. You gotta buy it. It's probably like $125, $150 for the whole piece. I don't know. I'd have to look. That's good. Look at all the metal chunks.
There's all the teeth.
Because there's a massive magnet on the bottom and just them all up. Yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can order a new tooth and other teeth, and we'll probably put this back together. I don't know if we'll use it for something. It's not going back in that car. That car is getting a different transmission, one that can hold a decent amount of power. So now we're gonna keep this as a spare for either Adam's car if he blows his up, because now he's getting queasy on that. So either keep it for that, or if we find some other street rod or something that we want to throw it in. I mean, we're open for options. So that's gonna do it for this one. We'll see you guys later.